Paul, you've got it absolutely right. We do it at the block level. So we'll process that PST every time the backup runs, whether it be daily or weekly. We'll extract the binary difference between the two at the block level, and then compress and encrypt that and send that to the data center. So traditionally, the initial backup or the baseline backup will take some time, but after that, the daily backup should run in a matter of minutes. Just an example of one of our more successful partners. This is a partner who took quite, at the time, an unusual approach to pricing, but something that has since then become very standard, so it's something we recommend our partners do, and that is to not sell online backup on a per gig basis, but to sell it on a per business basis. So what I mean by that is that you'd create a pricing structure for your customers where you simply sell the product for $500 a month or $750 a month. And you would do it based on the number of seats that they have, not the number of gigabytes. And the reason is that businesses truly do not have an understanding of their needs when it comes to backup. What they do understand is the number of seats and number of employees, and it's much easier for them to budget that way. This also then leads to much greater profit for you. So in this particular case, the partner's built a revenue stream of a little over $70,000 a year, with costs to us of only 12 grand. So an 82% gross margin, which is, I think, as you get a pretty spectacular profit margin. So this, I think, is a good example of A, the type of profit that you can earn in online backup, 60, 70, 80% as a gross margin, and then B, a very intelligent pricing strategy. And you can, in the Partner Resource Center, you can have a look at our pricing guidelines to get more information on our recommendations for the best way to price. There's a duplicate slide. We've seen this. On the screen here is our vulnerability scanner, which is a little piece of software we rebrand for you. And you can see it. You can see it here both before rebranding and after rebranding. You can see the result of the report it runs, where it quickly analyzes your PC that it's running on, gives you a snapshot of that PC, and tells you how many files you've got in the different categories and how much data that equates to. There's a tremendous tool to help you develop opportunities with your customers and really identify the size of that opportunity, the amount of data that they have at risk. So it's a wonderful marketing tool and one that we've used to great success, as have our partners. I think we've talked a lot about this, but when you have 4 people assigned to your account, you'll have your sales specialist, which we call a partner specialist, and that's the person who you would talk to and actually recruit you into our partner program, and they would stay with you once you're a partner to be your sales support. You'd then have your partner delivery consultant, which we talked about already, and then you'd have your support consultant and your account manager who looks after the overall health of your account with us. So I only talk about this to highlight that you'll have 4 different people assigned to your account with us, and I think that depth of support is really illustrative of how important partners really are to SOS as a business. I don't know of any other online backup company that'll give you that depth of support in the market at all. One of the most common things we hear when partners come across to us from other vendors is, I signed up and then I never heard from them again, which is the very opposite of the way we work, where most of your interaction with us will be after you become a partner. So why partner with SOS? Well, we're the technology leader in the space, so if you are looking to get into the online backup industry, we're an excellent partner to choose simply based on our technology. We won't be beaten on price, so from a cost standpoint, our costs are much lower in most cases than our competitors. We can deliver those, we can pass those savings through to you, which really helps you drive margin. Delivery and support second to none, so everything from our global data center operations all the way through our partner delivery team and the customization of the product that we do to bring you to market. And at the end of the day, it's so that you can launch a new product which delivers very high margin recurring revenue for you with an immediate or close to immediate ROI, helping you add a 50, 60% gross margin product to your existing product base and build in that new revenue stream which has a lifetime value of 3 or 4 or 5 years of recurring revenue. Well, that's a pretty important statistic actually, is that we see most renewal rates at around 80 to 85% on a year-on-year basis. So once you get these customers, these are very sticky customers that are going to stay with you for a long time. All right, so that brings us to the end of the presentation section of the webinar. We've gone a little bit over time, so we've only got 5 minutes or so for questions. But just before I go take questions, the details of the Kindle giveaway. Call in and press 1 for sales, I believe it is, and just explain that you're on the webinar today, you want to register for the Kindle giveaway, and the Kindle promotion code is KDX932. That's Kilo Delta X-Ray 932. And the phone number is 877-896-3611, or for those outside the United States, +1 310 878 2626. All right, so let's turn now to the Q&A portion of the webinar. Any questions? We don't have any questions on the line at the moment, but if any questions on any of the topics about the company or the product or the partner program, please don't hesitate to ask. Question here from Suchart. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. Can this back up SQL databases? Yes, it can. So we've got lots of questions coming in. Our most common approach to backing up SQL databases would just be to point SOS straight at the MDF and LDF files. What we recommend is to do an on-site local backup, so actually use SQL Server and create an on-site local backup and then back that up, or do the online backup in addition. But alternatively, you can just back up the data stores directly. Also, we've got our Blue Sky service, which I should talk about. This is our managed backup service where we will take over the backup management of a server for you. And our team will actually log in, configure backup on that machine for you, whether it's SQL Server, Exchange, Oracle, or what have you, and then monitor and manage that backup for you. Greg asks, can we use SOS in conjunction with local disk image backup? Greg, absolutely, if you've got the bandwidth. So as I was talking about earlier, there are challenges associated with doing disk images over the wire, but if you've got sufficient bandwidth, then you absolutely can host images in the service. We do that ourselves, and yeah, I think what you're going to see from us in the next couple of years is you'll actually start to see disk imaging-based technology baked into more and more of the product as it becomes viable from a bandwidth standpoint. Can I access my data on my iPhone? Yes, you absolutely can. So we've got a native iPhone application, or there's also a mobile web portal that you can access at m.sosonlinebackup.com that allows you to view your data, search your data, browse your data, or recover your data from any mobile device, actually, not just an iPhone. But we've also got a native app for the iPhone that you can get from the App Store for free. Any other questions from the audience before we close? Well, I've got a question for the group, actually. Can you just type in what are you using for backup today, or what are you selling to your customers from a backup standpoint today? Are you selling them disk or tape, or not selling them backup currently? What is it that you've got in your toolkit from a backup standpoint for your business customers? And while you're answering that, we've got a couple of other questions on the line. Russ asks, how does branding work for the iPhone app? Russ, so the iPhone application has to be rebranded on an individual application basis, so it can be a little bit cumbersome because you have to register with Apple. Apple won't let us register on your behalf. But once you've got that registered with Apple, then we can go ahead and we can actually provide you with a white labeled iPhone client. There is a charge for that, depending upon what level of partnership you have with us. So you need to talk to the partner specialists about that to get individual pricing, or whether or not you'd have to pay for that. Great. Lots of feedback here about what they're currently using for backup. And it's a mixed bag. We've got external disk drives on site, tape, disk, custom solution, Carbonite plus Zenith Infotech, backup to the backup. I love it. Directing users to Mozy. Okay, missing out on a lot of revenue there. John asks, does the backup solution typically include a local appliance? No, John, it doesn't, but you could sell it like that if you wanted. So our software technology is just straight software. But if you wanted to deploy it on a machine and then sell that as an appliance, then we've got some partners who do that. All right, we're getting close to time here, ladies and gentlemen. So if there are any other questions I can answer before we close, please do ask them now. All right, doesn't seem to be. Well, thanks everybody for your time. Again, the Kindle promotion code is KDX932. So please do call in and register for that, and hopefully you'll be able to come to another